Oh, the days of the school library. There's memories. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ah, breakfast in Monash, always good. Potholes, not good. So hello everybody, I'm Slow Rider, this is my world, and don't worry, this isn't to do with the social ride per se. I'm doing a recce run for some of the routes, and we'll see how it goes. But hopefully I've done enough research that this will be a good route to use. And there's a touch on the strong side today. I'm sure we'll make it a little bit fun in certain areas. So today's video is a little bit of a catch-up, because I've not done a huge amount of riding over the winter. That sounds like there shouldn't be much of a catch-up really, doesn't it? That's kind of a misleading statement. There is a bit of a catch-up to do, and it was my sprint that's caused most of the ire, certainly recently. It has recently spent an entire month in the bike shop. More for waiting for parts and such like than anything else. But there has been issues, so oh dear. Now we wait for the cyclist. Joy. At least the lights have stayed on long enough. That's the problem with these things on routes that are popular with cyclists, is that it takes so bloody long for the cyclist to come through that you could miss a cycle of lights just for them, and then the next cycle comes around and there's a cyclist again. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Sprint ST. So it was booked in for its MOT and it needed a little bit of work anyway. Can't pretend otherwise. It needed a new rear tyre. Well, it didn't need one, but it had a puncture in it. I felt it would be better to get a new tyre rather than leave it. That's my choice entirely, of course. And it needed new training sprockets. And whilst it had the tyre off, the wheel off for those two jobs, I thought I might as well get the hub cleaned and serviced, because it's been 2 years since that's been done, so, you know, do that for you. And I knew it had a hole in the exhaust as well, so knowing that one of the pipes, the link pipe, is an obsolete part, I went onto the internet to buy some bits, and I got a Sprint ST link pipe from an 07 Sprint. I thought, brilliant. I thought, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to buy the header pipe as well, because I knew the hole was... Oh, no, I thought I'd selected down there. I'm sure I'd selected down there. Where's he stopping there? Okay. There's probably a reason I chose to go down that way, but no, we're going this way. We'll see if we can get it to reroute. Or was there a reason I didn't go this way? This could be fun. Yeah, we can't go this way. Yeah. I might head back, because that's not a good omen. Oh, what I don't like this way. Okay, we're not going down this one. So yeah, so I got the new exhaust, both parts. Booked it all in 2 days before the MOT was due. I thought, yeah, no, I better double check. That the bike actually works as it should. And of course it didn't. Put the key in ignition, turned it on, headlights, indicators, brake light, all the dash came on, but there was a certain silence. No fuel pump priming. No starter. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, this is always here, okay. Yeah, no fuel pump sort of priming, no fuel gauge, no starter, and no ignition. No starter button. Although they probably wouldn't be with the fuel not primed. Not really the point. So this did present a bit of a problem. Checked all the fuses, checked the manual, and as it turned out, there was no, I discovered pretty quickly, to be fair, but there's no neutral lights. Not that I couldn't find neutral, there was no neutral light, and that should have been a sign, a key to tell me what was wrong with the bike. But I didn't know, so I went to the Triumph shop and they didn't know. They said it sounded like an immobiliser problem. Well, there's no immobiliser on the bike that I'm aware of. Probably shouldn't say that on the internet. Yeah, couldn't work it out. And I'm not the greatest bike mechanic out there, so... Ooh, I selected this one. Okay. At least that's only there. So we ended up getting the bike picked up, taken to the bike shop, which meant I missed the MOT appointment and the appointment for all the work to be done, so it was stuck in there a little bit longer than it otherwise would have been. Anyway, so after all of that... Oh, yes, I forgot to add, I also wanted them to have a look at the rear brake again, because it still wasn't working right. This is not really an important part of the story, but it's worth mentioning. They thought it would be the master cylinder, which was changed 18 months ago by them. Anyway, not really the point. So it gets up to the bike shop and they start working on it, and pretty much straight away they say, the link pipe's not right. It's not the right one. They can't even tell me what bike it's from, they don't know. And I said, well, allegedly it came off an 07 Sprint, and they said, well, it's not an 07 Sprint link pipe. Not an OEM one anyway. I think it might have come from a Trident exhaust. But anyway, so we had to find another place, and there were two that were found. Just two. One was in Holland, and one was a UK company that apparently manufactures exhausts. So yeah, we went with that one, and that turned out to be a no-go because apparently they don't know the difference between a Sprint ST and a Sprint GT. There was another side complication of them not actually sending anything out and not keeping any paperwork. On the subject of it not starting, they found the problem pretty much straight away, annoyingly. There was a broken wire by the fuel pump relay. So apparently if the fuse goes, you get no indicators for the fuel pump. I think that's no tail light, sorry, no tail light. But if the relay goes, then you get no neutral light. You get the tail light, you just get no neutral light. Weird. Anyway. Well, so they've taken this off and stuff. They had to do that anyway to change sprockets, but they said there's an oil leak from a gasket at the top of the engine. They said it's not really a hard job to replace, but obviously pay for the gasket and, you know, lift the tank and that sort of thing, which is annoying. And then they said your battery's basically fucked, so need a new battery. And we've noticed, and to be fair, I knew about this one, but I knew how much it would cost to do, so I was putting it off. They said your ignition barrel, the bottom bit, the important bit, that's held on with cable ties. That's not very secure. We think you should change that. And I reluctantly had to say, yeah, no, yeah, do it. And that was a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I could perhaps have bought a Sprint in similar condition for about the money I paid for this one to be repaired, to put it bluntly. And even then, they've forgiven me a bit of labour time. They put me down for 11 hours of labour, and yeah, apparently it should have been closer to 25. So yeah, it's cost me the thick end, including the exhaust pipes, which obviously I got myself. It's cost me the thick end of £3,000. Let's say half of which is labour costs. So yeah. Oh, the one bit they didn't get, yeah, the rear brake, they think they got to the bottom of the problem. When they took the rear of the bike apart, they looked at the caliper and went, nah. Yeah. So, needed new pistons and new seals because the pistons had rotted, the pots had rotted a little bit, which they think was causing damage to the seals, and also making it somewhat difficult for them to actually operate properly, and that's where the brake issue was. So there you go. That got sorted. So I mean, it's basically, you've got a clean bill of health now for the MOT. There's basically nothing wrong with it now. But it was expensive. And there's no getting away from the fact that it was expensive. It does all mean though that all three of my bikes are roadworthy, insured and taxed and MOT'd at the same time. That's insane. Do you count as slow moving traffic? Because seriously. Ooh, fucking hell. At least it's going quick over that, I guess. I've had one proper ride out on the sprint so far, which has been that's in a parent, so not much of a ride on that one so far. I will be taking it out on the day that, no, it'll have been last week as you see this, I think. Off down to Amherst Caff. Should be a nice trip out for it. Over on the Throttle Up channel saw me ride down this road once shortly before he was due to ride up it, and he said, "Oh, I can go down here faster than that." Apparently not. That's very blue. So all three bikes are ready for the year ahead, basically, which is nice. Makes a change. Yeah, there needs to be someone here, isn't there? Yes. Fucking A. That could have been bad. Okay. This bit of road might need rethinking. So this is Irwood Reservoir we're coming up to. And on the little ride, the social ride, this would be breaking point. We're not here. This car park I don't like. You can't see the surface up there, but they got some pretty awful surface stressing in the car park. So we're going further down. Anyway, you don't want to see that. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this little update and leisurely ride. I say leisurely ride, my butt is clenching, but anyway, thank you very much for watching. Until the next one, be good humans. Ta-ta for now. No ice cream, man. That is disappointing. Ah, well. be just the wrong day of the week for it.